You're now outside the belly. I'm John Fredericks, and I am your blowtorch of free speech in America. Look, Ann and I were sick over the weekend. Forget it, right? We got sick, both of us. We're like, oh man, holidays are over. We had all the family here. Now we're getting sick. I got to go back to work. No way, baby. 2 days gone. Why? Because I have my wellness company Contagion Kit right here. This thing is a monster, right? Everything is in here: cold, flu, virus, whatever you have. We opened it up. We went to the guidebook. We had Z-Pack. We had ivermectin. We had everything in here you need. We knocked this thing out, both of us, in 2 days, and here we are back at work. I got sick on Friday. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot take any more time off. I was just off for 2 weeks. And it's like, well, get the Contagion Kit. Where is it? I'm like, well, Joe's got one. Where's the other one? She says, check your office. So I go to the office. Here it is. Now it's half empty now because we took half the stuff in here. Both of us over it in 2 days. 2 days because we nipped it in the bud. All you got to do is go to twc.health, twc.health/Godzilla, twc.health/Godzilla, promo code Godzilla, 20% off. You're great to go with your Contagion Kit. Don't be suffering with the flu and colds and all these strains going out there. You got your Contagion Kit, you zip it. As soon as you feel it coming in, boom, knock it out with your Contagion Kit. twc.health/Godzilla, promo code Godzilla. 10% off with promo code Godzilla. You're good to go. Okay, let's get back to Dave. Brat, Dave, thanks for being with us for another segment. You're a little skeptical. I get it. I'm not. I think this is a boss move that Dave, I think, can turn around the midterms. That's why I got such a spring in my step today. I went on vacation 2 weeks ago. I was like, you know what? We're getting blown out. We're losing the narrative. I mean, we don't have any balls. Republicans are scared. They don't do anything, yada, yada, yada. And now we got this amazing operation in Venezuela. And I think we are going to get the oil. And I think oil is going to go down. Gas is going to go down to $1.50. What that is going to do for savings, Dave, is off the charts. And I think we can turn the corner if we keep this up and win the midterms, Dave. Dave, you there? We lose Dave?
All right, I muted myself. Sorry about that, John. Yeah, no, I agree. If we operationalize it that way, yeah, then it's a home run. So I'm waiting to see that. But, people go back and review your history of the CIA and John Foster Dulles at CIA and another one of them at State back under Guatemala, and what we did to those poor people. Supposedly for the U.S. of A. It wasn't for the U.S. of A. It was for a few elites with the United Fruit Company, and it was grotesque. And we don't have those days anymore. And as I said, this move is not being run or led by the globalists, right? This is a one-on-one power move by Trump. And as you said, Mamdani and these guys, boy, I can't believe they shot their mouths off on this one. All political views are my own. But, you've got the Venezuelans all over Florida and the U.S. Cheering in the streets from a dictator. If Mamdani and these guys consider that guy, Maduro, who crushed the people, a socialist, we need to put that on every poster. Here is a socialist communist, right? If they want to claim him as a poster boy, you're right. Then if the suburbs continue to vote for the left, I'm just so upset with the American people in the suburbs and the wealth right now. This economy is affecting the young kids. It's affecting the poor. It's just like in England. It hasn't quite hit the elites yet, right? The Islamic takeover. Islam, means complete obedience, subservience, submission is the word. Submission to Allah. And wait till the elites get a taste of that one, instead of the Christian religion, which teaches that the great sovereign God came in a manger and humbled himself because he loved us so much. It's a difference, folks. And Islam has not borne fruit in terms of human rights language. They don't have it. The Catholics came up with that in 1300, only in Christian countries. Islam does not have a fully functioning democracy anywhere in the world right now. They don't have anyone with even a medium human rights score. And so, I wish Trump would almost pivot that way on the human rights kind of thing, but not the crazy stuff, not the liberal progressive stuff with all the initials and acronyms, but just life, liberty, and happiness, and make sure those folks in Venezuela get an increase in that immediately. Right, and if that happens, boy, I think he should spread that version of our value system all over the world. Life, liberty, and happiness, and maybe the First Amendment. Throw it in. But not a right to everything. You don't have a right to everything and everyone to pay for it. That's socialism.
You got it, Dave. You absolutely nailed it. It's going to be, we got to change the suburbs. I've got to play this cut here from Mandami's new housing director, her tenant director. Tyler, this is going to be cut 9. She says, get this, Dave. This is unbelievable. This is New York City. She says, we're transitioning to treating property as a collective good. You hear what I said?
Yep.
We're transitioning to treating property as a collective good towards a model of shared equity. It will mean that for white families, they're going to have a different relationship to their property than the one they currently have. Roll this tape, Dave. Tyler.
I think the reality is that for centuries, we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. And we are going to transitioning to treating it as a collective good and towards a model of shared equity will require that we think about it differently. And it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well, are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
Dave, did you hear what she just said? Dave,
yeah, she's quoting Karl Marx. She's quoting Lenin. She's quoting Stalin. She's quoting Mamdani. She's quoting people that killed 30 million people and collectivized everything, took it over. What they never tell you is there's no saint in the world. In any tradition, there's no saint, right? That's why in our Protestant tradition, we separated power every which way we could. State, local, federal. At the federal, we separated legislative, judicial, president, executive. We separate everything, and it rule of law, private property rights. These guys are going to collectivize under a dictator. That's what it means. Someone's going to be making the decisions. And is it Mamdani? Oh, my word. He's your saint? Hold on, folks. This is scary stuff, man. That's scary.
You think about what they said. We're going to change the relationship that white people have to their property. What do you mean change the relationship? Basically, they just passed an ordinance where if you own property in the 5 boroughs, you can't sell it without the approval of the Building and Landlord Commission. You can't sell your home, your business, your office, can't sell any of it. You have to first offer it to the city at the market price of which they determine. So you're going to have a different relationship with your property. You've worked, you've sweated, you've paid your taxes, you've played by the rules, you bought something, you own it. And now they're saying you don't own it. You have a different relationship with it. What the hell kind of relationship is that? It's collective. The city owns it, even though it's yours. What does this mean? This is pure and unadulterated communist confiscation of land, which I predicted 12 months ago. Everybody was laughing at us with this guy. And I said, the only way they go forward is they are going to have to seize your property. Dave, is that not what she just said?
No, it's very, it's straight. Karl Marx, Lenin, Stalin. You set up the state. You set up the brotherhood of the workers. You tell everyone it's going to be great. They're going to get a piece of the pie. Then all of a sudden you see the little hint, we're going to set up these committees. Oh, okay, so the dictator is going to set up a few buddies on the committee system with 5-year plans. And those committee people are already in New York City. They own everything, right? The committees already own the public school system, the unions, all that kind of stuff. They're all getting paid off. They got salaries and pensions so high you can't believe it. None of the poor get any of that. Just it's like 1984 Animal Farm. Some animals are more special than other animals. Get used to it. The poor in the socialist communist countries never end up doing well. And that's what I'm talking about. Down there under Maduro and whatever, he's crushed everybody. And if they're picking him as their spokesmodel, it's just the U.S. Has always been the greatest country on the earth. But, boy, we had a bad run with our globalists after World War II, CIA, State Department, total corruption. And right now, we got a chance to get out. I think that's what Trump is really doing. America first, and MAGA's not going to like it at first because they're not sure what he's doing. I don't think he wants to go out and mention China a whole lot, right, because he's trying to make deals with Xi. And so I think he's being a little, quiet and coy on that. But that he's also taking care of some of that business. And so it's all up to him. And then, Congress is just not doing anything. They should all be messaging on that. What you just said about Mamdani in New York City, you got a new relationship to the property you've worked for your whole life. It's straight on communism. That's what it is.
Dave Brat, can you hang with us for one more segment?
Yep, sure.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Dave Brat with us, Liberty University, former congressman. A lot to talk about today. Helicopters ready to take Maduro to court right now. You can see that on the screen when we get back. More of Dave Brat plus your calls, 888-480-JOHN. Stay with us.